Hey guys, I'm gonna show you how to convert Windows XP to Windows 2000. Was gonna show it from basic vanilla XP and me converting it, but it's been a while to find a video recorder that would work okay. Not time limit me and all that. But I can show you exactly how to fill in the gaps of Windows Inexperience Patcher. As you can see, log on, and it's all classic. Also, even more than that, in the system properties, Windows 2000. Whoa. Yep, wrong one. Let me go full screen on this. Winver. Whoa, it's Windows 2000. Well, in order to do this, make your start button say Windows 2000 as well, you gotta go into the operating system files. Not only that, but you should have a copy of Windows 2000 operating system files just loaded up on a virtual machine and copy it over. So this Explorer is from Windows 2000, and you're gonna open those with an application called Resource Hacker, and you're gonna extract the bitmaps. I would extract all, not just cause, but you can extract whichever particular one, and you can replace your start button or start menu shit with any of these, and they'll show up as long as you place the appropriate one. The Explorer.exe. And then this MSGina is as well from Windows 2000, and this is where you get your banners, and you're able to replace those stupid Windows 2002 banners from Inexperience Patcher. But first things first, you're going to want to run the Inexperience Patcher and reboot. If you have an ACPI PC that's not set to standard PC and device manager, the way you see this, go to device management.msc, not display computer. And so because mine is not a standard PC displayed, that means boot skin will work. Oh, cool. And I can do that. But if boot skin doesn't work, because you got a standard PC, you're going to have to modify the NTOS kernel. And you can do that using Resource Hacker. You're going to have to go into safe mode. Get one of these little boot screens. I would recommend replacing the first 3 and then also 5. Because that is the inside of your Windows XP NTOS kernel. That's the little logo that shows up. I just replace all of it with, use this, replace the hibernating of XP, and it's safe to turn off your computer with that, and replace 5 with the boot screen itself. I don't try to put a logo or any of that shit, because whatever. It's always going to be fucky, but boot skin's the best way to go if you got ACPI PC. But the way to modify this is you open up Explorer. As you can see, I didn't replace the personal because this isn't home. I got Windows 2000 Professional there, and that's where it pulls from. 167 if you're on Windows XP Professional, 166 if you're on Windows XP Home. And then you'd want to replace that with Windows 2000 Professional because there's no Windows 2000 Home. That would be Windows Me. Replace that. And then you're going to want to go to System32, and this is where most of the bitmap replacing would go down. The first thing I always go to is MSGina. There it is. open it. And the bitmap, you can see now on yours, after you'd ran the inexperienced patcher, or if you hadn't, it would show Windows 2002 or Windows XP. And you're going to want to replace these with the bitmaps from the MSGina here. Although the way to do this, you open up the Windows 2000 bitmap, you highlight the bitmap action, and then save bitmap group to a resource file just like that. And then that's where I get this Gina res.res file. So then I can do this, replace bitmap, open. I go to my desktop, exactly where I got that res, not the DLL itself. And then you just hit replace, and that replaces it. And then you click off, and you click save, and there you go. And if you have any trouble overwriting it, just move the DLL to your desktop and then hit save. And then it will save it there, and then you got the original on your desktop. And it's not going to give you any problems. Because Shell 32 especially probably will whenever you're doing that. So just drag it to your desktop before you hit save. And then so with Shell 32 on the bitmap, as you can see, there's even more you got to replace. So replace those. That's the Winver. And then also another part of this is where you change exactly what Winver displays on number 4. See, now on your version, if you hadn't edited this, it's going to show like percent this, that. So it's like variables to pull from somewhere else, but you just delete all of that. And you enter in exactly this, because this is what's on Windows 2000. And then use your service pack accordingly. And then your Winver would be modified after the Shell 32 has been edited, as long as you've replaced those bitmaps. As long as you've replaced that string table, then your Winver should come out just like that, like a Windows 2000 Winver. And then now we go to sysdm. Now this is a mirror, it's an extension of system and control panel. So with this is how you can actually edit what shows up whenever you go to your computer properties right there. And you'll see why I have that little line right there. On my MacBook, which has XP, I added Macintosh plus NT5 because that's where it says version 2002, but there's no string for Service Pack 3. I have no clue where they pull that from. Maybe that's something that is able to be figured out, but I just didn't dedicate the time because I thought that would be cool too, because it's unique. But on here, as you can see, this is just the system. You go to string table, and it's down here usually. Yeah, right there. So right here it'll say Windows XP, and you replace that with 2000, and then whichever version you got, because this is where it would say professional, you replace it with this, because this is exactly what it would say on Windows 2000 right underneath that. And then because we can't move the service pack up like how it would be, I just end up, because there's version 2002 where, right there, that's where it would say version 2002, edit that. Unless it says any of those on yours, then that's where you'd edit that. But as you can see, I cannot find that service pack. So I just leave the service pack alone and add that. Or if you delete those, you're just going to have a space between that and the service pack, you know. So that's what I found as the best workaround to make it flow completely, is just add whatever model of your system is. If you got Dell or Acer, just do like Acer plus NT 5.0 release, and then it's like, whoa, that's cool. But that's how you edit the system. So we covered Shell 32, the sysdm, we covered the Explorer exe itself. Should have made a list of all the stops we got to go through. Yeah, that's how you get your start button. MSGina, that's how you get your banners for like logging on and off. Shell 32s where you get your Winver and how you edit all of that. Because the inexperienced patcher would do a lot of this for you, but then there's a few touch-ups you'd want to do. Like, in order to get to where your logon screen doesn't have a Windows XP border, you're going to want to find the theme service and disable that. Once you disable that, then Windows XP theme will not be able to be applied, and that will happen on startup. So, or as you can see, it's like that. But on your system, if you hadn't turned off themes, it would show a Windows XP border right there. Or you can go into regedit and you can change the default system theme. I forget what string that is because now I just end up turning off the theme service. But that will also do it. Where if you set the default system theme from the Luna to Windows Classic, then there you go. And another part that I do is I go to Appearance, Advanced, and then on the active title bar, you're going to want to change those both to the same color. And there you go. You got your Windows 2000 theme. And then for the boot screen, you're going to want to launch boot scan. And then you're going to want to download this boot scan, Win2K Pro. Just search up Windows 2000 boot scan. Because boot scan is such a particular application. If you find the right forum, the first reply will be, "This is perfect!" Exclamation mark. So there we go. We've replaced all Windows 2002 banners from MSGina for replaced whatever the hell with Explorer. Yeah, with Explorer, you're only going to replace the start button. I'm just going over everything. I want to make sure that I've actually touched on everything you could do, you know? But like I said, it's on me. I should have made a little note document to make sure I knew exactly what I was going over in order. But pretty much, I'm pretty sure I've done everything. If you have any questions, you can definitely leave a comment. Another thing I like to do to help out is you go to your system, properties, advanced, performance, advanced, visual effects. Do it for best performance, because if you don't, now I'm not sure how to port over, see over here, that is nothing like Windows 2000. So that's why I do that, because then it's like Windows 2000, like whenever you just have it set for best performance. Best performance. And then since Windows 2000 has it where you can show window contents while dragging, you can also do that. And that's still Windows 2000-y. Even more so if so. Now another thing you can do is, because the Windows Inexperienced Patcher doesn't have the Windows 2000 taskbar, it has Windows 95 taskbar, is you're going to want to go here. And you're going to want to go to uncheck this, because if you don't, and see, it's like Windows 95. Uncheck it, and it's a bit closer. But I myself was just going to, because I even like copied the bitmap from XP, and I pixel recreated the Windows 2000 little notch right there. I mean, Windows 98 notch too. And then I replaced it, because you can replace the start button using that Explorer file. So I thought that maybe I'd be able to replace the entire taskbar using those, because these are what were showing up too. And I was like, damn, is that the map into the taskbar? But nope. Then I just had little notches inside of here, but then this was all the same. Nobody knows where it pulls from the taskbar files, how to actually edit that, like, permanently. But it's fine. It's pretty much Windows 2000, especially if you turn on 8-bit color. Winver. This is what you'll end up with. Your XP will be completely reformulated. Be able to show you our whole restart process. You aren't going to really have too much traces of XP left unless you boot into safe mode and then have it on the top. But that's also another thing where you get Resource Hacker and you can find all these things yourself, like make it your mission. And also these little errors on here shouldn't be showing up. They never showed up when I had it on my laptop, so this is just VM shit a bit. But see, Windows 2000, anybody would be like, whoa. It looks exactly like it. And yeah, I love doing this sort of theme. Go to 3, because this is like the benefit of Windows 2000. It's so personalizable with a theme. Let's see, go. And you can say you could do this with the XP Classic, but that little start button, it doesn't blend quite as well. Like, I just mean that in like an actual sense, not just like being tied to that one. It just doesn't blend with whenever you do shit like this. Like, look at that. That looks so good. And then with that that little start button right there is what ties it together compared to if you had the little XP start button. Then you do that Windows 2000 Professional. This is exactly like it. And another thing you're going to want to do, you're really going to want to do, this is just something that I completely skimmed my mind just because it's a VM. You're going to want to go to System32. You're going to want to go to, what is it, web or media? Let me see. I know that they have it. There it is, web. Whoa. Hang on, no, that's the wallpaper folder. I think it's in... There we go, media. Yeah, right, kind of. But this is where the start up and the start shut down sounds come from. You're going to want to get the Windows 2000 start up and shut down sounds. And you're going to want to make 2 copies of that sound. And you're going to want to replace the XP shutdown and just rename the 2000 file to Windows XP Shutdown. You're going to want to rename it, the startup to Windows XP Start. You're also going to want to rename the other copy to Windows XP Startup and log on and log off. Where are they? Log off, log on. Replace these, just exactly rename them so that way the system knows exactly the path, because it's just got a path and then whatever file is named this, and then that's the logon sound. So just rename your 2000 logon sound that you got from the VM to that, and you replace it, and it'll be exactly Windows 2000. So I hope this tutorial helped out. And I really hope that you got your Winver showing up exactly like Windows 2000. You got your banners hit. Remember, go into safe mode if everything's failing. If you can't save the file because it's saying that it's in use, just drag that file to your desktop and then hit save on Resource Hacker. I don't know how that works, how it even allows you to move it, but it does. And so it's not in use enough. But if you got any questions, just ask me in the comments. I'm sure that I've left out little bits of information. Like I completely forgot about that the log on and log off sounds. But I'll see you guys. I'll try to link the files.